Alright guys, in this video I can guarantee you will learn how to play piano if you know nothing about playing the piano already, nothing about music theory, and nothing about even anything on the keyboard remotely. So if you don't know me, I'm Game from BusyWorks Beats.com. We train over 1 million producers around the world. Some are going to work with Drake, Kanye West, Post Malone, Ariana Grande, French Montana, Young Thug, Polo G, Trippie Redd, Lil Baby, J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, a long list of folks. So I'm going to show you guys how to create stuff like this. Alright, even if you know nothing about music theory. Now the magic is in numbers. As long as you can count, you can play the piano. Let me show you guys. So we're starting here at what's called C, which is the most common note people talk about on the piano. You don't even need to know the names of the notes on the keyboard. You could really start from anywhere. But in this case, we're starting at what's called C. What we're going to make today is called a C minor ninth chord. So the full chord would look something like... Okay, so here's our full C minor ninth chord, but we're going to split this apart into pieces so that we can play a melody. So firstly, let's talk about chord codes. I can teach anybody chord codes. I don't care if you're, a neighbor walking down the street, a videographer, somebody who's into music for years and years. I can show anybody how to create chords as long as you can count. So let's start here at C. This is just a good starting point in general. To create a minor chord, I have a chord code chart for you guys. Just go to busyworksbeats.com/music theory. You'll get a chord code chart for free. You can download it straight to your phone. It basically goes through all the DNA of each chord. Every single chord has DNA. The major chord is 0, 4, 7, meaning wherever I land, this is the root note. We're going to count up our keyboard, okay, note by note until we finish out the chord code. So if we start at C, this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it's called a major third. 5, 6, 7. Play all those together, 0, 4, 7. That creates the major chord. Now what creates the minor chord is 0, 3, 7. So we're going to start at our root note, which is 0 in this case. I'm speaking about not scale degrees, but integer notation they call it. Okay, we call these chord codes when you build chords from these. This is 0, and then we're going to count 0, 3, 7. So it's 0 is C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Play all those together, 0, 3, 7. Now you have a minor chord all of the time. You don't even need to know which scale you're in to do that. So the chord code for a minor ninth, one of my favorite chords, is 0, 3, 7, 10, 14. Sounds more daunting than it actually is. I have a new chord code course coming out, and you guys can get the chord code chart for free. Just go to busyworksbeats.com/music theory. In the chord codes course, I show you the secret behind all this, but to keep this video short, the chord code is 0, 3, 7. So we have 0, our root note, 1, 2, 3. Notes up is our minor third, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's our minor triad, it's called. So 0, 3, 7, 10 creates the minor 7th chord. So 0, 3, 7, 8, 9, 10. Play all those together. You have the minor 7th chord. What about the minor ninth? This is 0, 3, 7, 10, 14. So 0, 3, 7, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And then we play all of those notes. Okay, so what we're really playing in this chord progression is we're playing, I'm gonna speak music theory for a second. We're playing the root note, the third, in this case, third scale degree. We're skipping the 5th, going to the 7th. Consider these like tonal twins, the 3rd and the 7th. And then we repeat it twice. And then here we're gonna go up to the 9th. So it's root, 3rd, 9th. Okay, so it's root, 3rd, 7, root, 3rd, 7, root, 3rd, 9th. And then we're going to do a sharp ninth to create like a little jazzy feel. And then back down to a sharp means we're going to go from one note directly to the note above. And then back to the 7th. So really, if you don't need to move your hand to play this. And then back to the 7th. And then we're going to add that 5th back in. That's our minor chord. And then now we're going to go up and down the scale. Now here's where you kind of have to play by your ear because these notes aren't necessary for the vibe, but so I'm just going up and down the scale at this point. Now what is a scale? It's just a sequence of notes that people like in a specific order. So the ending can be your own ending. It doesn't have to be that ending. Okay, so again, let's make that minor ninth just so you guys get practice in this chord code, because this is a very different approach to music theory. Because I was a music producer, I'll give you guys a quick story. I went to university for biology. I was a pre-med major, was going to be a brain doctor, a neurologist, and music just kept calling me back and calling me back. So I focused on music on YouTube, and I just loved helping people, and I was addicted ever since. And so in that journey, I took one course, one semester with Michael Hollinger. Shout out to him. But, you know, we learned scale degrees, sheet music, and all this stuff, but it just didn't speak to me because that's not how I made music. I made music in a DAW, like FL Studio. So when I went home, you know, to practice and apply the first, the third, and the fifth, I kept drawing into the piano roll. Like it would look like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll play these notes. I'm like, that doesn't sound like a major chord. Why is that not a major chord? 1, 2, 3, right? I was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I was counting note by note. I was like, it's not a major chord. Something's up. So once I learned sound design in a plugin called Sylenth, I realized like, oh, I'm using the wrong approach. I need to focus on integer notation. And this is where I came up with what I call chord codes. So for example, the major chord is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now it doesn't matter where I land on my keyboard. I could literally close my eyes, pick a random note. You don't even need to know what the note is. That's how powerful this system is. So we're here at B flat, even if you don't know what B flat is, it doesn't matter. Let's create a minor ninth chord. So it's 0, meaning wherever you land, count up the keyboard 3 notes, 1, 2, 3. That's the minor third. Let's make this a minor triad, 0, 3, 7. So 0, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then 8, 9, 10. It's a minor 7th. And then 11, 12, 13, 14. And now you have a minor ninth chord. Now you can make Rick Ross type beats, just like that. Okay, and you can learn new chords that way. And it's a really cool way to go about learning piano without overly stressing about memorizing keys, scales, chord inversions, and all this complex stuff that goes into the creation. Now, I do teach inversions, chord inversions, scales. I do teach 2-5-1. I do teach the traditional theory, but I teach chord codes first because this helped me understand as a music producer how powerful music theory actually was. I used to brush it off like, you don't need theory, just do it by ear. But this is the system on how to play piano by ear. Okay, so I showed you guys how to do that. Let's do it again, just as a quick little quiz before we head out. So remember, we started at C. Now, hopefully I drilled it in your head. What is a minor chord? 0, 3, 7. So 0 is the root note in this case, wherever you start. It's the point of rest. Count up your keyboard, 1, 2, 3. Play those together. That's called a minor third. And then keep counting, 4, 5, 6, 7. Play all these notes together. 0, 3, 7. You get the minor chord just like that. Let's make this a minor 7th. So it's 0, 3, 7, 10. So 7, 8, 9, 10. Gives us the minor 7th. And then we need that minor 9th, which is one of the jazziest chords you can create. So you guys not only learn how to play piano instantly with this video, you also learn how to create a really jazzy chord. Okay, so that's 0, 3, 7, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And now we have our super jazzy chord called the minor ninth chord extension. So you went from literally knowing nothing about piano, nothing about music theory, nothing about chord extensions, nothing about scales, nothing about parallel modes and all this type of stuff. You went straight to magic, okay? And that's the power of our chord codes. I'm coming out with a new course pretty soon, but you guys can go to busyworksbeats.com/music theory to get your chord code chart for free. Now let's play that melody we had before. So we're gonna play the first note, the third, 7th it's called. Repeat that. And then the 9th. Then back to the 7th. So what we're really doing is just playing the notes of the chord. If you didn't kind of pick up on what I'm showing you guys here. Here are the notes of the chord. We're literally just going through each note of the chord. Back to the 7th it's called. And then we're gonna play the minor triad, 0, 3, 7. Now here's where you kind of freestyle and add your own vibe. All right, so that's where you add your own vibe as to how you want to go about melodically, but that's a cool little approach to music theory. I just wanted to show you guys how powerful that is. Subscribe if you're new, like this video, share with a friend, and go to busyworksbeats.com/music theory to get your chord code chart for free. You can download it straight to your phone, and you'll have access to way more files I didn't even really promote here, but you guys will get tons more stuff. All right, guys, peace.